Question number 12. Olivia breaks up an 8-hour drive into 3 segments. She drives 1.5 hours before stopping for lunch. After driving some more, stops for gas. If the second segment of his drive is 1 4/5 hours longer than the first segment, how long did he drive after stopping for gas? This is what we do. The entire drive is how long? 8 hours. So the whole drive is 8 hours. The whole thing. Okay? He breaks into 3 segments, 3 parts. The first one is 1.5 hours. So that's not even close to half, so I'm going to come way down here. 1.5 hours. That's the first segment, and then he stops for lunch. Whoever it is. After driving some more, so now you're going to drive some more. We don't know how much more here, but we're going to drive some more. Stops for gas. So somewhere along the line down here, we're going to stop for gas. If the second segment of his drive was 1 hour and 45 minutes longer than the first, well, it would be 1.5 hours, and then another 1 4/5 for the second segment, because that second segment is 1 4/5 longer than the first. The first was 1.5 hours. So that second segment is that and that together. Okay? There's the second segment. Then it wants to know, after stopping for gas, how long did he drive, or how long of the drive is left. So what we have to do here is, just like some of the other problems we've had, we've got to put this together first. Okay, so I got to take 1.5, 1.5, and 1 4/5. Now this is mental more than I have to do in an algorithm or anything else. Does anybody see what I could do here, that I could do this a little bit mentally?
You can add 1.5 plus 1.5 and
1.5 plus 1.5, and then add my 1 4/5. This together gives me 1 and 1 for 2 holes, and then 1/2 and 1/2 is another hole. So this is 3 holes plus the 1 4/5 gives me 4 4/5. So this, what we've already driven, or what Olivia has already driven, is 4 4/5. Now what do we have left? Well, if the whole thing is 8, and we've already driven 4 4/5, whatever is left, we need to subtract 8 for the total, minus what we've already done, 4 4/5. Again, we could do this 2 different ways. I'll do it quickly with the number line. I did 8 minus 4, I land on 4. If I go back another hole on that 3, but if I partition 1, 2, 3, 4 into fifths and go back another 4/5, I'm at 3 and 1/5 left. I have 3 and 1/5 left. 3 and 1/5 hours left. If I wanted to do that with the standard algorithm, I would take 8 minus 4 4/5. I could not take 4/5 from nothing, so I borrow and make that a 7. If I borrow 1 whole in fraction form, what would it be?
1 whole.
If I borrow 1 whole in the fraction form, 5/5, 3. So now I can take 5/5 minus 4/5 and end up with 1/5. 7 minus 4 is 3. And I got the same answer here as I did on my number line. 3 and 1/5 hours, okay, after stopping for gas. One more? 13. There are 3 roads. Road B is 1/4 of A. Road C is 3 times as long as A. Draw the roads. which road is the longest? Because that's where I want to start. I want to start with the longest road. Because it's just easier to start with the longest road. Okay, so I have A, B, and C. But C is the longest, so I'm just going to draw that out. Now, if road C is 3 times as long as road A, I'm going to make this partitioned into 3 segments, 3 pieces, and then I'm going to make road A 1/3 of that, because road C is 3 times, 1, 2, 3 times as long as A. Road B is 1/4 of A. So A is partitioned into 4 pieces. Road B is 1/4 of that. The last thing I need to do here to get myself started is to partition C into the same size pieces as A and B. The units here are much smaller than the units here. I got to make the units all the same size. So there's going to be 4 here, and 4 here, and 4 here for the same size units. So then A would be 4 units, B would be 1 unit, C would be 12 units, and we'd have a total of 17 units. Okay? Then what I do is, if all together there are 17 units, but 12 miles, 12 miles divided by 17 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Not very well done. Let me redo that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 17 units, which I've taken from up here. 17 units. 12 miles divided by the 17 units would be 12 divided by 17. Well, 12 divided by 17, each unit is 12 17ths.
Bishop, are you still here?
So there are 17 of these 12 17ths. Right? So each of these is 12 17ths. Now what we're focused on is road C. So there are 12 17ths. 12 17ths. Because that's how many are on road C. So if I had 12 times, road C is 144 17ths. 144 17ths, we would take 144, divide by 17, and what do you get? Where's my first number going to go? In the tens place or the ones place? Can't put it in the tens, because if I put 1 10 in here, that'd be 17 tens. I only have 14 tens, so it's got to go in the ones place, right? So then what's my best estimate for what number to put in the ones place?
9.
Okay, if I put 9 in there, 9 times 17, is it going to be too high? Let's do that on the side. Can we do 17 times 9 on the side? What do we get if we do 17 times 9?
I'll do it.
A little too high, right? What do we get?
153.
A little too high. So we're going to drop it to an 8. If I drop it to an 8, I will get 136 with 8 remaining. So this is going to be 8 and 8/17 miles long. Road C is 8 and 8/17 miles. I will say that tomorrow's question is going to be easier numbers than these. It's going to be the same format. This is the same, so you got to know how to do this, but the numbers are going to be much easier than this practice one. Okay? Okay, I am done, so.
Let's do